It's looking rough, Owen. I'm trying to wrap my head around the way that they set up some of these like early picks and stuff like that, because I feel like Shopify, they got literally everything they possibly could have wanted.
Yeah, it seems strong.
And like finishing up the draft with a Pango into the Storm Spirit. Yes, mid-game and stuff like that, perhaps we can see some fruition come from this Pango, but this is we've seen a lot of times in the games that we've casted in Europe, in China and stuff like that, Storm is a counter pick to Pango in the mid lane. Quite consistently, you have a pretty good lane versus that Pango, and I feel like they didn't answer really this Lycan too much whatsoever either. I feel like Saberlight, he's got another one of those games where he's got a ton of freedom.
We'll see. I mean, as you said yourself, kind of coming into the draft, right? This was to be expected, right, from Shopify, that they were going to try and set things up to get Saberlight this sort of hero, get the Lycan.
For sure.
So you've got to imagine that Bait, with their preparation, they must feel that what they've ended up playing with this game is going to be able to provide answers that we might not necessarily be able to see ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see something come out of it. I'm just very concerned because I've seen time and time again, Lycan as a counter pick to Drow, Storm as a counter pick to Drow, and they picked this into it. So, I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Bait's able to do some type of crazy, astonishing stuff, but it looks incredibly difficult just from the drafts.
Sure. Do you like the decision to sort of have the Cottle Undying the way around that they have? You know, putting Funnick on the core Undying this game?
Not so much, really, honestly. But
well, what are the problems with it?
Their draft is just very limited on this catch department, right? Their entire catch is going to be coming from Lodin. All the catch really is going to be this Clockwork. Dendi, he's going to have a bit of a tough lane, so his catch is going to be lackluster until he's got something like Blink Dagger. But let's see if they can surprise. I mean, the double decay is something we've seen from a few teams before. I believe it was Gaming Gladiators, right? I think who did the Undying offlane with the Coddle support, and they just kept pumping him up to try to pressure. So maybe they're going to be able to do something neat with this. But versus Anti-Mage, I just feel like it can get a little bit difficult as the lane progresses. If they're able to endure the first few levels, then not sure what the Undying is going to be able to do.
Oh. Pause it. See if everything's all good to go. A bit of the old lag.
Yeah. Top is all about like stomping lane. That's what this lane is kind of built to do, but can definitely struggle when it's something versus like an AM who is just going to play around sitting back and just playing passive and getting these last hits until he has Ring of Health.
Really now, you should have seen that coming.
Fly could potentially die here.
He's got stake.
He's okay.
Yeah, it'll be good. Back on the tower, just trying to soak up some of the focus from Stamanen and Funnick.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking a lot at mid lane because Abed, we saw what he was able to do yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, right? Yeah, versus... Oh, they're having some trouble. I believe it was yesterday versus Nouns, right? He really crushed the lanes. Both games, he solo killed Gunner in the matchup. It was a Puck versus a Pango. Sometimes we see these Pangos able to do pretty good versus Puck. He killed him. And this one, he's already off to an 8-2 last hit, so he hasn't missed a single one just yet. It's a lane where Storm really can dominate and get the solo kill potential onto the Pango.
Sure. And then sort of things going down on the bottom half of the map of this bottom lane. Is Saberlight kind of chilling down here, or can Bait sort of push him out the first few waves?
Bait can do some stuff down here. I think this is in my opinion, this is their strongest lane in the early game.
It's Clock Drow, right? Clock Drow, regardless, it's kind of one of the best pairings to have with the Drow right in the lane.
It's either Undying or it's Clockwork. Those, in my opinion, are the two best that you can actually pair up with, unless you have just some very strong like dual melee or dual range versus like some dual melee. That being said, though, mid game, that's where I have the concerns for Stonebank on this Drow. Getting run down by a Lycan, getting jumped by a Storm, getting surrounded also from like Moonlight Shadow and all the vision that's going to be provided from the Wolves. And what? Who's having? It was
Dendi's
Mr.
having
Dendi's
some issues at the moment with the old lag.
Alrighty. And who it was 2 for 2 bounty runes, and both sides actually did end up getting an Observer Ward too. So, Crit actually started with that's kind of cool. So Crit started with a Blightstone, not something too common that you see on a Disruptor. But they want to play aggressive. I mean, Saberlight is very, very strong at this on this Lycan. So
yeah, I mean, I like it because you know that Saberlight's going to have his wolves out. You know, he's going to keep them under support. Why not add a bit of minus armor in there? You know, you're going to have to deal with this clock running at you. You want to be able to trade nicely back with him, and Blightstone could do well for that.
Yep, he's got a Ring of Protection, so he counters it. on Lodin. We do see that he maybe anticipated the harassment that he's going to be taking here. But he does have to be careful if you overextend in this lane at all, especially as a clockwork too. The glimpse, we've seen this time and time again now, being leveled first. Does significant damage. It's got very low cooldown.
Apologies for this, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we should be good to go pretty soon. Dendy's back in the game.
Okay.
Hopefully the issues have fixed themselves.
And he's ready.
Let's see here. We're in the mid lane. You've got Arbed just having his own career on the way out. Dendy, a couple of creeps, and then his will be on the way to
Stonebank.
bottom. Get the glimpse on him. He's going to get brought very, very low. Won't quite go down, but heavy damage here from Crit and Saberlight.
Lodin not going to salve him. He's going to salve himself to be able to try to soak some of that pressure, but that's going to give 3 last hits here to Saberlight and Crit for a few waves. I'm still looking at mid. Let's see if Abed does miss a CS in these, first 4 or 5 waves or something like that. Right now, again, still hasn't missed one. 12 and 3. Let's see if I jinx him.
Nice, he's not missing any of these. Let's have a look.
He's ready.
Easy CS.
He's on it. Should get both these with the Remnant. Oh
And
my
it's
goodness,
actually
and we
bottom lane.
distract them.
That first blood's going to happen. We'll see if Lodin can get Crit in return.
He will.
We'll manage to get him there. Gets in under the tower, takes him out, but yeah, the damage already done there with Saberlight being able to claim that first bit of action.
Did I make our observer look mid the whole time? I did.
No, I think if you watch back in slow-mo, we were able to switch down there just in time. Our man was on it.
Very nice. Back to the important things. Oh, he missed one. He did end up missing just one. All right, now we don't need to look at that lane anymore. Nah, he's still going to crush it. 19 and 3. He's only missed the one. He's doing excellent in the matchup versus Dendy. Dendy does have a wave coming in, should be able to farm, but always under the threat of getting killed, of course, as we see there. Bottom again.
I mean, they're finding these opportunities to drag Stonebank into some very unfortunate positions. He's taking a lot of damage as the Drow. Here with kind of Crit coming in with the good bits of control, good bits of glimpse action.
This is that important lane. I feel like this is the lane that has to kind of win for them, too. A Drow off to a slow start versus heroes that can gap close on top of her. Definitely problematic. Seeing Stormon in, it looked like he was making a rotation toward mid, maybe to like snipe some courage or something like that, but then immediately TP's top to help out Funnick. As they almost actually get Arteezy there. He has to be a little careful.
Yeah, I mean, top lane, right? It's
not bad.
Cottle Undying, it's going pretty good so far. Funnick, he's having free farm, and definitely not a situation where there's any sort of pressure from this, and Arteezy on the anti-mage burning his mana or anything, because Cottle's just giving him more, and he's able to continue to spam the decay.
I guess, okay, what Stoman maybe was trying to do is kill the ring of health on the courier that was coming out, right? Because we see that so often now is a lot of these like AMs and stuff like that. You don't really play to get your ring from their side shop. You get it from your own, and then you drag your courier all the way. So maybe he was able to get it, but Arteezy, he does end up getting his. And Arteezy's actually going to drag wave. He's actually getting kind of annoyed versus this lane, versus the constant decay spam.
Up on him. Lodin. He's going to try and stand his ground against Crit. But the Wolves are coming in, and well, Lodin, he'll get the kill. And with the help of Stonebank.
Don't body block him. Oh, God, Stonebank.
Was a little bit risky there, Lodin. Nearly tripped up by his own teammate, but he'll make it out.
And I like the skill build. Lodin, he opts to not go for cogs, which I think is pretty cool. This time he's playing versus Lycan Wolves, so wants to have that damage that he can commit to ensure that he can focus fire and kill the Wolves and even kill Crit, perhaps. So it's working. Not bad. Lane's looking okay. Top lane's going way better than I thought it would. Arteezy, as we said, he's doing something you don't really see in this safe lane, but he's pulling the creeps all the way behind his tier 2. So they're just refusing to play the lane versus this annoying Undying.
Yeah, I mean, the Undying Cottle lane is definitely causing some chaos up top here from Bait. Funnick is in beyond the tower, and he slaps down Fly. Back down bottom, Lodin. Sal's there from Crit, and that means that this ain't going to be a kill, and he's not even able to stop the Sal from ticking Crit up in the HP department.
And Stonebank, he's got what? He's got regen coming out, okay. Because Stonebank, don't walk up. Wait till your clockwork comes back.
But, all things said and done, 5 minutes in so far, it's a pretty close start.
Yeah, and look at top. They actually are able to... Oh, Arteezy, he short blinks. He might actually get chased out here. There's going to be another decay.
They're definitely going to try and run him down when they see that sort of opportunity. See if he can play his way through the trees. The Mana's got eyes on him. Blinks back up in a second. And, it's
another... Okay.
A bit of an awkward blink.
He's looking in trouble.
He's struggling.
He might just get hit here. One more point.
They got him.
Okay.
Yeah, the blink's not working out for Artur here.
Those are very short blinks. I mean, yes, it's only 700 blink range, but he blinked like into trees, kind of like right next to them. All right, gets punished.
That's big. I mean, honestly, big kill top. There's the Kotal undying. It's doing what it needs to be doing.
What did Funnick end up losing? His courier actually walked into the tower and suicided. I didn't get to see what was on it. Bit unfortunate for him.
It was the completed phase boots. The blaze of attack and the chainmail.
That kind of hurts. I mean, that would have allowed them to play super aggressive, even more aggressive than they already are.
Sure.
But still, all in all, the lane's looking pretty good. Of course, mid, we're seeing Abed having that very successful time in the mid, but
he's going to come down bottom, come in for a bit of a gank. He's on top of Lodin. See if any way Lodin can get out of this. Stonebank by his side, and Abed running low on the mana. We'll get the job done as they take out Lodin. Crit with the Thunder Strike.
How long on the courier? They're going to go immediately onto Funnick, but Arteezy has to back away right away afterwards. He's landing multiple double decays, another one. He's at 24 strength.
They're really crushing it, honestly, Funnick and Stomanen. Really strong laning so far.
And we saw Stomanen take the solar bind even at like level 2, so looking to just play more around aggression rather than playing any type of farm. Really cool stuff. All right, not bad. Not bad for the early game here.
Yeah, I feel like kind of across the regions, we've seen games where sometimes in these matchups where they're very much as a strong kind of favorite in terms of expectations, you know, the lanes get out of control and then the game seems impossible. But so far with the opening to this one, Bait giving themselves a solid start against the big lads on Shopify.
Yeah. They're slowing down the anti-mage, which is important. The big concern still is that the Lycan and the Storm are having that very good game, and they're the ones who kind of just counter a lot of the real carry potential from Bait coming from that Drow Ranger. So it's great that Funnick's able to apply pressure here, and we'll see what he's going to build into to continue that pressure, but they're still having some issues of catch and control versus Storm and Lycan.
I mean, it's going to be the straight sort of right click here, phase into Echo Saber for his offlane build.
I like that I like that they're going down their own style to try to find something to win versus Shopify here. Getting some stacks prepared too. We see Stomanen getting them ready, pumping up Dendi. Abed actually, he's somehow able to snag the Invis rune right under them.
Guessing gets out.
Stonebank forced to TP to base. Saberlight, even without the shapeshift, was able to force him out.
Top lane, they're going for Funnick. He's going to get that extra burst of mana. Will allow him to get one more decay off onto the two of them. Arrow's going to be tanked by Stomanen, but Arteezy still in on top of Funnick. Won't be able to stay on target, though. Funnick. He's going to be able to get another decay
double
off onto the two of them.
Nice.
And indeed, even in those situations, Shopify at this moment in time, it's not easy for them to kill this Undying.
Dendi making the move bottom. Shapeshift is available, though, so they will force it at the least. And he does hold the Rolling Thunder, which is nice. So next aggressive move might be able to find something. Stonebank, got to be careful versus Abed. This is a level 8 Storm, and he's only level 5.
Yeah, they could dive him in.
He didn't skill the Gust either, so yeah, he's just
they're just going to go straight for him. He shows himself under the tier 1 tower. No hesitation from Abed as Saberlight comes in to borrow the kill.
Saberlight's like, oh, my shapeshift was actually very useful as I made it to the mid lane to find the Drow anyway. And that's the tier 1 mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Immediately Saberlight just TP's bottom also, barely ends up missing anything. He's got like a juicy double, triple wave.
Oh, Lodin.
Lodin?
I mean, this weren't the place to be for the Drow, and it's certainly not the place to be for the Clockwork. 2 easy kills here for Shopify in the mid.
He got the Dominator creep though, you know, he's a little happy at the least. But yeah, more kills being given up, and Abed gonna continue moving around. He's full mana.
He wants to help Arteezy out in this top lane now.
Yeah.
It's ready to swing up towards mid.
Funnick.
Oh.
Oh.
Turn towards Fly. Crit. It's here to help out.
Glimpse under the tower. Funnick gets pumped up for mana again.
Honestly.
Oh.
With mana void available, Arteezy's able to take the kill, and Abed, he's finally turned up and ready to help them secure both of the kills on this top lane. So now Shopify starting to speed things up. They can double the kills, 2k lead. The game is getting faster, and we'll see if Bait are able to keep up with this. Because this is could certainly be when it begins to get scary for Bait.
Yeah, especially if they lost mid tower, they lost their safe lane tower as well. And we see that Shopify, they do have full vision of the Drow Ranger at the moment farming this triangle if they do want to look to make some invasive play. And yeah, I think even though the AM is slowed down a tiny little bit here, as I mentioned, the Lycan and the Storm, who are Honestly, they're kind of like the true carries. They're having phenomenal games.
Funny. Dropping the tombstone here, just zoning RTZ out of the lane so they can keep the pressure onto this tier 1 tower.
They don't have the liberty of like some Lycan to just super pressure these towers, though. It takes them quite a bit more time to hit this because Stonebank, he can't go up there. If he shows up in the top lane, they will make rotations and just kill this Drow.
Smoke out now from Shopify. They're ready to try and sweep this area of the map, wrap around behind this push of bait on the top lane. And at the moment, we'll have the potential to outnumber them. RTZ ready to get involved. Mana Void is back up.
They got Static Storm.
Set up onto Dendi. As not a chance for him to escape this one. See if Lodin or Funnick can play their way out of here. As Shopify choosing their target. They want to try and find Funnick in the trees. TP still on cooldown.
Uh-oh.
And RTZ's found him. Gets the vision. Now glimpse him back as Funnick. He's got stick charges. He's got one more decay to play with. But no way out of this one. Mana Void from RTZ. And the kill will be claimed.
And Saberlight looking for a dive. Is he using a regular melee creep?
He is.
He dominated a regular melee creep to look for Staman. And
won't be quite enough, I don't think, to get him. And the heals there as well. Staman will be able to escape.
He put a tree down also to block the path. He put a branch down when it was all chasing him to try to protect himself. So cute little play. Good aggressive move from Shopify, though.
I mean, we'll see this as well. I mean, I'm all up for an innovation, but I don't know if it's going to work. Funnick, he's going to actually change up, and he wants to go there. He wants to try and get a Radiance online for the team.
He's like, Stonebank, you're not carrying this game. I'm going to try to move.
I mean, when you're off lane, Undying queues up the Radiance. I think that's certainly what the message is.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he actually doesn't do this, but I'm not sure what he should build either way at this point, just to try to protect himself. Because Undying, when you're playing as an offlaner, it's all about just having like a perfect game. If you die like 3 times, your game is kind of just over, especially with the matchups that you're up against when you have no real catch versus 3 mobility heroes.
We see here on the odds provided to us by our partner esportsbet.io. Yeah. They feel that this one is not going too great here for bait. No. And kind of outside the first 5 minutes, I tend to agree. This game, it looks difficult for bait right now. Shopify, they're making moves, they're getting the catches, they're getting the kills. Killing spree for Arbed. As, yeah, I mean, you can see on the KDA what we've got 305 Saberlight, 304 Arbed. These two are popping off, and that's very likely to give more than enough space for RTZ to hit the creeps, get his items, and be ready to close up the game when they wish.
He's got the Battle Fury also, so it's not a Treads Battle Fury at the 13-minute mark, which is like the, your ideal. But he's still going to have that Battle Fury and stack, so it's good enough. It's
absolutely still a good time, considering that they did lose the Tier 1 top early, and it just wasn't a very fun lane for the anti-maze to play.
No. Bait, they got to start getting some pairings together with Dendi, looking for some type of aggressive plays soon here to make space, because soon map's going to shrink even more for Stonebank. And it's just Shopify making every single move. It feels like Lodin might actually get the solo kill here. Just kidding.
Yeah, backup comes in. RTZ ready to get involved. Fly will take the kill though. And Saberlight also making the moves as he dives in. Takes down Stonebank. Dendi, he's got to put the Rolling Thunder just in an effort to escape this part of the map.
I've seen Saberlight do this so many times with his summon heroes. It's 13 minutes. He's completely taken over the map.
And now in a Roshan. I mean, this game, as I say, I think it was, 4-4, and now it's 4-13. Yeah. Shopify, kill after kill after kill. Bait, they're struggling to find anything right now.
They just don't have, honestly, they just don't really have stuns. Like, they actually just don't. So getting these type of easy kills,
they got to go for a steal.
For Shopify. They got to go
Clockwork's too far behind. He's too far away, though. It's going to rely on Dendi kind of jumping in.
Can they get the 2 inside so they get vision? They can. Let's see, Dendi. Can you get it?
I mean, Shopify have stepped, completely out of the pit. And Fly, you'll have to put the leaf to get out Dendi. He's jumping in. They've taken out Fly. They've taken out Saberlight.
They'll get it.
I mean, Storm could go for a steal, but indeed, Bait's just going to get it. I mean, Shopify, it kind of felt like they were a bit too scared then. They just sort of stepped out the pit whilst Roche was on 5% HP. I mean, what were they so concerned about? Did they maybe think that Rolling Thunder was back up when it wasn't? They were terrified.
I mean, Tombstone is pretty scary, but he put it right in front of him. So
yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay,
Bait, they get the Aegis. They get the kill. They get the kill as well, right? They get everything.
They do. Funnick's like, now he's like, okay, now I can definitely go
absolutely.
Radiance.
He's like, all right, we're getting that relic, boys.
Hell yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, well, Bait's going to be very happy with that one. And, yeah, I think Shopify going to be a bit disappointed they let that one slip.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, Dendy now, he's got the Fusel Blade. So definitely perhaps some aggressive potential. I want to see them pair up. I still want to see them do the similar stuff where they're pairing up with Dendy, pairing up with this Clockwork, and looking for these type of kills on these easier targets. Yeah, Relic is done.
Honestly,
I don't think I've ever seen a Radiance Undying, though. It sounds pretty awful, I gotta be honest with you, but...
I mean, you've got infinite HP if you hit the gaze, you know, it's...
I mean, the Radiance
can
Miss...
you die? You just...
Radiance Miss versus Lycan Summons?
Radiance Miss... I mean, obviously the Radiance Miss chance is good, but it is obviously a question of, are you going to be able to survive in these fights with just Phase and Radiance?
That is the question. Lodian...
Oh!
Whoa! Point blank miss!
Well, he'll definitely lose his life for that one. Not sure what he was going for there, but apparently it wasn't anything.
Can they get a glimpse? Crit. Still 8 seconds, so not going to be able to. But they're going to look to invade, it looks like, into the triangle, perhaps. Saberlight, he's running in. Oh, he's found the Black Dragon, the dream.
Oh, that is the dream, isn't it? Beautiful.
So Aegis was claimed, but let's see what they're going to be able to make of it. Because still, you know, we're seeing Anti-Mage getting this free farm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got, what, top 3 cores on the net worth here for Shopify Rebellion. Yep, sure, you had that bit of a blunder around the Roshan pit, but you're still feeling in a very good spot with how much your cores are getting. You know that you're just getting that little bit more than Bait, and with what Bait have, unless Bait are killing you, they're probably not closing this gap in gold.
No, definitely not. And I'm surprised to see that Lodian actually, I saw him jetpack, right? I'm surprised he purchases that so early in the game.
Top lane, Abed gets a freebie. He's able to take down that Undying alone.
Well, he had a dragon as well. Come on.
Well, okay, the ancient Black Dragon was helping, I suppose. Bottom lane, set up here with the Static Storm from Crypt. As they'll glimpse Dandy back into the Static Storm. That's the Aegis gone. They won't try and take him down a second time. They'll react to the fact that backup was coming in. Give him some respect.
Fly still in the area. Can't really go for anything here, but Crit is walking back over, so maybe they will look for another play. They have Abed pretty close. He's half mana. Rune spawns top. It's an arcane.
It's an
rune.
arcane. Glorious rune here for the Storm Spirit.
I feel like Dendy might have to just go for Shard next, so at least he can prevent the glimpse plays and pulling him into the static constantly. Some type of protection instead of going for the blink early. Even though it does feel like lackluster because of their catch being so limited with no real stuns, I think he still probably has to go for Shard, and yeah, he'll purchase it. As we're seeing that cheeky ward that we saw earlier from China.
Yeah, this is
also the one by the secret shop. Yeah, we've been seeing this one quite a bit.
Kind of becoming a new popular one, right?
Yeah, I really like this one.
I don't know who kind of started it.
Not sure.
But yeah, so the spot never gets dewarded, really. Oh, it did that one time because there was a fight in the area, but of course gives great information regarding when stacks are being made.
Yeah, I really like this ward. Because usually you see people put the sentry like to check the ancient area and the high ground area and stuff like that, but you don't really put it on the left side so much. So yeah, it's a cute ward. I really like that one.
Yeah, you see where the pulls go, and also gives you good info on like what people are picking up from the secret shop.
Yep.
Which you know, obviously tends to be big components of very important items. So you get really good information regarding that. That sort of progression.
Dandy being scouted. Roll up. Oh, he canceled it.
He did?
He double tapped.
That's unfortunate. That will cost him his life. And same time, Arteezy was able to take down Funix. So that Radiance is going to be put back a few minutes once again.
Wait, right, he did. Yeah, I mean, he absolutely double tapped, right? Because if he gets pulled out of it, oof. That hurts. That's some big kills now for Shopify again. Getting things back into order after botching their Roche attempt, of course. Tier 2 tower mid. Saberlight cleanly pushing it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, Crit. I mean, Crit right now has Shard queued up, but this is a pretty bad Shard.
Wait, Shard?
It's pretty horrible.
The
old Shard was good.
Yeah, well, the one that you can throw down on your allies gives them a bit of boost to attack speed, right?
Yeah. Abed, though, look at this, bullying 2 heroes by himself. Now he's got a friend.
Yeah, they try and go in on him with the hook shot, but nothing to stop this Storm cleaning them both up.
Abed just going for a, crazy stat build, right? He's got the double null, treads, wand, Kaya Sanj. Super tanky, 7-0 and 6 on the Storm Spirit. I mean, there's just no, like we said, pretty much no disable to deal with Abed. Dendi, he shows himself up top as well.
That's risky.
He's got to roll up. Fully defensive roll up though. We'll
Catch on the replay here, Fog. Check this out. Oh, it's just a move earlier with Abed dealing with the two of them on his own.
Just him 2v1ing pretty much. I mean, got a little bit of help, but it was mostly Abed.
Frustrations being shown there by Bait.
And Arteezy, soon to be top net worth. Battle Fury, Manta's done, level 15 online. He's been given, I mean, all the space in the world really from his buddies. And wait, he's got another Ring of Health?
He wants to get the Abyssal.
I guess so. And Crit actually does commit for the shard, so yeah, you don't see this purchased.
Yeah, well, you think that he's memeing a little bit there? Because
what do you think? Maybe he wants to try it. I mean, this would be the game to kind of try, like a concept of Lycan out or something like that for the buff of the summons. But this shard, it's
you know, if like Arteezy or Saberlight are hitting the same target as Thunderstrike, you know, they're melee heroes. They're going to be close enough getting that attack speed buff.
Sure. I mean, if you're hitting the target that's being focused from it, maybe it's not as bad. I mean, it's pretty bad, but whatever. It used to be so good. I was so sad when they changed. I mean, it's been an age, of course, since they did change it, but it was always a fun one. Shopify, they're in. Abed, he's on top of Stonebank.
See Lodin try and help out with the hook shot. Does give Stonebank a bit of a chance to get back to the high ground. They'll still find him. And Lodin will be controlled as well. The field's down from Crit. 21-6. Getting into some, you know, quite the crazy lead here in kills. Funnick.
His Radiance. Oh no.
Not going to do too much against an anti-mage, unfortunately. As Arteezy in on top of Funnick with the rest of the gang. It's definitely starting to get a little bit messy this game.
They still have a deep ward too. Abed, he's going to get the jump.
Oh, swashbuckles off in time though. Dendi will manage to survive.
Gem picked up for Fly. I mean, they're just crushing the map, crushing the control of everything. Very limited space now at this point for Bait. As Shopify continue to constrict that, getting absolute free farm for Arteezy as they just keep playing aggressive. I feel like Abed always has mana somehow. He's very good at just using his mana on Storm Spirit. And they are going to scout Roche. It's a long spawn.
Not in any rush here, Shopify. I can hold the map until that's ready for taking. Icy's done on Saberlight.
Oh my god, he is huge. Saberlight's level 14, AC. He's got like all the timings. And AC is so much more valuable when you're playing versus something like Drow, of course, as we always talk about. Plus armor, the dream.
I mean, Bait, they're out with the smoke.
They've got the blink on Dendi. Who can they find? It's just so difficult. Killing all three of the cores is, as we've said multiple times, so damn difficult since they're so mobile versus the limited stuns. And the ward's actually getting dewarded from an illusion.
Lodin, he will take the bait there.
I mean, he knew it was an illusion, right? It's hitting the ward multiple times, so the glimpse, it's on Stonebank.
It's going to get him in the Static Storm. They're trying to heal him up. They're trying to save the Drow, but they can't. Dendi is in with the Rolling Thunder. We'll get the first connection on the Saberlight. Does knock him down to the low ground. Still, he's able to get away from the rest of Bait. They can't control the wall. Saberlight escapes. Jump forward from Arteezy, and with the Mana Void, they take out Funnick. There's 2 dead on Bait. Maybe more here. Dendi cannot TP out in time. They'll lose Lodin to the Black Dragon. 4 dead on Bait. Nothing to be lost here on Shopify.
They just, I mean, how many times have we seen them just catch Stonebank? Every single one of these times. He's 0-6 on this Drow. We did say it was going to be that difficult game. They picked it into a lot of these counter heroes. And they just keep finding him. I mean, the vision, of course, from Shopify has been excellent from wards, but they also always have these wolves to scout and get those glimpse plays as well.
Mr. Manon.
He's seen.
Looks like we may get effectively the team wipe here. The 5th and final member of Bait also taken out. Abed now godlike.
Something we're very used to seeing, of course, in this NA region. An Abed godlike, an Abed rampage, something like that.
I mean, out of sort of the heroes that Shopify have, is there kind of one in particular that when you saw the draft, you kind of step back and you're like, how did they get this hero this game?
It was the Storm and the Lycan.
Storm
it just
and the
felt
Lycan.
so damn good versus this Drow. And he picked it into it, so... difficult stuff. The opener for me was just weird a bit there from Bait. Maybe they'll adjust it next time, but just having no real stuns in your draft sets up for a very difficult game to play.
And he's going to walk and get arrowed.
Farewell.
Let's see what they can do with the shapeshift now. Shopify, they're ready to strike. They have the glimpse here to take Lodine out for safety of his cogs. Lodine's gone. They're looking for Stonebank now as well. Desperately trying to scramble back up towards the high ground. Dendy will be able to blink back up there to safety. The rest will survive. So with that pushback there, Shopify, they've created more than enough space for them to head into the Roche pit. And this time, they shouldn't have any trouble finishing this off without any interruptions from Bait.
And this is where the shard on the Disruptor would look good, but he actually used it on the Lincolns of the Roche, so... Now we'll see. There we go. Everyone buffed up for 1 second there.
Abed with the Aegis. And honestly, not that he needed it anyway. He hasn't died this game. I doubt he'll even lose the Aegis with how smooth of a game he's having.
They're giving vision with the arrow. Does Crit get the glimpse? He does, but he's got the roll up, so we'll be fine.
Oh, that's easy. There's some good aggression. He just walks up into the base, knowing that they can't do anything about that.
Black Dragon to scout. Abed's in.
He'll get Stamanen. See if he can play around with Funnick as well.
Sure can.
With the DD rune, he'll be easily able to get both of them. An unsuccessful kill secure there from Arteezy's Mana Void. As Abed claims the two of them. See Lodine is going for Crit, but he can't finish him. Crit's going to live. Lodine goes down. It's 3 dead again, and nobody going down on Shopify. Arteezy's ready to start diving here.
Radiant's top tower is
He's
under
taunting him.
attack.
Just standing in the base, no creeps. He'll just farm here. Thank you.
Ready to play, of course, now with the Ags. Throw those illusions in, which can be very annoying to deal with. And definitely make you think twice about which one's the real one and how prepared you are to jump when you see an anti-mage blink in on you.
They can really do anything. I mean, if you wanna pull up that win probability for us, it's only 28 minutes. But
we got a
it's
1%.
No, it hasn't been already for a while. It's been 100 for about 5 minutes.
Oof.
To be expected when AM is just able to do pretty much anything he wants on the map, and the Storm and the Lycan completely control everything. But Bait, they're gonna stick in it. They're gonna keep trying here.
Here we go.
I'm surprised. There's a bunch of things I'm surprised about. Like just not going for 4-staff on Lodine, not 4-staff on Stonebank too. Obviously, these things wouldn't win them the gamer, but it could definitely make things a little easier to protect Stonebank.
All right, we're going to try and set up here onto the Mirana. It's not going to work out for them. Dendy will get the roll up on in time. That's easy, trying to find a target. He's going to get bitten. He's turned into the wolf, and he's ready to go.
The Blinking Wolf.
See what he can find. Already TP out for Stonebank. Will save Stonebank. Stamanen, he'll get left behind. Dendy also able to escape with the TP, so...
They're going to call it.
They may have been able to get the majority of them out of that fight, but yeah, they respect the fact that this one's at a 0%. There's no coming back in this one. GG's called. Shopify Rebellion will take this first game of the series.
They tried to do something in their own style, right? With the Kato Undying opener. First, 5...